Balancing game dev profits, energy demands, and kindness defines our tech driven lifestyle.
Generally, you don't want to.
Does this ever happen? Like, suppose you develop a game, right? We say the bicycle game, right? You develop for Xbox and PlayStation, right?
Mhm.
For every reason, like say Xbox, you get $1 million of sale a day.
Yeah.
PlayStation maybe $100 a day. You say, okay, obviously we're wasting our time on the PlayStation. Stop doing PlayStation and go all in on the $1 million a day company, or you still develop both of them.
Well, if it's a live game, then that means you're running servers, and it might not be profitable enough on the one side to keep running servers for them. But nowadays, both servers are probably in the same entity. Don't think it would really impact. There are some games that are still running live services where nobody's playing, for example, which is weird, but
yeah.
no.
So the replace right now is called Earth VC. They're a VC from the Invest in Climate Tech startups, right?
Sure.
And so one of the questions I asked you is like, how does like all this affect the climate? There's data storage, there are all this stuff like how, as far as energy decarbonization, how does that play a role in everything?
Wow.
Like, I mean, sure, there's storage
Yeah,
costs and
dude.
like data costs, and like
Server
energy costs, servers.
servers create a lot of pollution. People don't know that. Servers create a lot of pollution because they're energy hungry, and you have to store them, and it's always running and never turns off. So it's a constant, persistent energy supply. So that's one of the problems with AI, is that the more advanced this stuff gets, the more
People realize how
computing
much
power.
energy suck AI
They
is.
have no idea how much energy.
Did you see where Microsoft just bought 3 Mile Island and then open up the nuclear thing again for the energy needs?
Yeah,
that's fucking crazy.
We're gonna have to do that, but that's the point humanity is at, man. Like we're at the point where it's time now for us to transition to a different way of managing energy. We need more energy, and it's just going to keep growing. That demand for energy is going to keep growing. If our technology keeps growing, our energy demands are going to keep growing, right? That's why solid state batteries and stuff like that are going to start slowly being released to the public, because storable and energy generating machines will be a thing. We need
So you might not know this, but how do you think your company like does that as far as like makes sure they're like climate responsible,
I don't think you can focus on creating things that are useful for people and simultaneously create things that are energy responsible without placing emphasis on that from the very start. So companies trying to transition have a hard time. I think that if you go into your product, your project, your concept with the mindset that we're going to do this efficiently with as low of an energy cost as we possibly can, you'll have success, because all of the tools are there, all of the platforms that you need are there. There are a lot of friendly third-party companies that are doing things to help companies do that. But I do believe that it's a responsibility. I think companies do have to focus on it. So far, what I've seen is that that's usually by way of policy, telling people to turn off their computers when they leave for the weekend, or some companies just like turn off your computer when you leave. Of course, there are some people in the team that need to leave their computers on because they're processing things or rendering things. Lights off, like I've seen these policies, stuff like that, but it's, in my opinion, it's quite light. But if you're working in a company with 1,000 people, then no, it's not light, it's actually significant. So
cool. So Julius, is there anything I should ask you that I didn't, or anything else you want to talk about?
I don't know. You've got my whole life story and in the doc there. No, I think if I spoke about anything, it would be about, let's treat each other better, have respect for the common man. You might be a grumpy dude, but if you go outside and you see somebody struggling, man, sometimes it's just that simple hello that gets them from, doing or being what they plan on being because of their life status. Everybody has low points, and sometimes it's you got to just be kind to people, have respect for one another. That's basically
Hey, Julius, can you give people like your social media or any other ways to reach out to you?
Yeah, you can find me on LinkedIn. My LinkedIn is linkedin.com/Julius Designer, and I'm happy to chat and talk with people if they're interested in knowing something. And and if you got that golden opportunity that you were talking about, I'm all ears. Feel free.
Cool. Julius, thanks for your time today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. I'm happy to have done this. This was really fun.
Yes. And to our listeners, thank you for your time as well. And remember to be great every